unjustified attack. We're trying to evacuate, but the Vaadwaur have established a blockade. The ships and shuttles we have left to evacuate with are being taken out by heavy cannon fire. Innocent people are dying. Look, we won't last much longer. Please, help us. Many thanks, and be careful. The Vaadwaur have set up heavy artillery cannons in orbit, and are blasting anything that gets in range. Some of our ships are trying to break through the blockade. With your help, they might be able to make it. Hurry, those Vaadwaur butchers won't stop until there's no one left alive here.
We're reading your beacon signal now. A few ships need repairs before they can escape the blockade. Our ships are about to break through. Please, escape!
Attention all ships. Bond forces have followed weight of vessels to this system.
Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately.
This is now an active combat zone. Any ships that do not leave will be targeted.
Focus on the Vaadwaur. They're going to launch and leave.
Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately.
Thank you. We can make it from here.
Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately. Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately. Engines are online. We're getting out of here. Ship is under attack. Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately. Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately.
Thanks for the assist. Leaving the war zone. That's all of the stragglers. If you rejoin the fleet, we can make our escape.
Warning. Artillery incoming. Exit area immediately.
Please, protect our fleet so we can escape. You're a real lifesaver. Our evacuation ships are safely on their way. We even managed to get away with some critical supplies. Thank you! Once we've regrouped, I'll send scout ships back to look for any stragglers. Perhaps one day we'll retake our colony. But for today, I'm just glad my people are alive.
Wonderful! Someone actually heard the distress call. Thank you for coming to help us. Our convoy has a shipment of defense satellites for an installation in the Necrit Expanse. Unfortunately, one of our ships had some difficulty maintaining their warp field and had to stop to make repairs. We couldn't leave it behind. Normally this wouldn't be a problem, but a Vaadwaur scout ship detected us and offered to assist. I was surprised myself, to be honest. Things were going well until Captain Felis mentioned that Vaadwaur was a Talaxilze word for foolish, and wondered why we would need their help. You're telling me the Vaadwaur scout was furious. He promised he'd be back shortly with a whole fleet of ships to put us Talaxians in our place. Well, there's not enough time. We've already detected Vaadwaur warp signatures on approach. They'll be here soon. I have an idea. We have the defense satellites. We have no means of deploying them, but your ship could do it. You could transport them from our cargo holds and deploy them in a perimeter around the convoy. Should give us a fighting chance. What do you think? Excellent. Now, because they were packed for storage, the satellites will take a little time to set up and deploy. But I think it's worth the risk. Are you ready to start? We've marked good locations for you to deploy defense satellites. Defense satellites have been hot commodities as of late. Between the Borg, Species 8472, the Vought, and the Vaadwaur, one can never be too safe. Look out! It's a Vaadwaur patrol! They'll be here any second! Another Vaadwaur patrol! It must have made them angry. Angrier! The Vaadwaur are arriving! deploying those satellites and saving us from the Vaadwaur. We wouldn't have had a chance without your help. The Vaadwaur aren't foolish after all. They're vindictive and powerful. I think we'll try to avoid them in the future.
Thank you for responding to our distress signal. We were unsure that it would reach anyone in time. I am James Hunt of the Borg Cooperative. We are in need of assistance. The local star is unstable. It periodically emits solar flares. We were struck by one, and many of our systems were disabled as well. Before that, we detected Vardwar strike teams in the area. They may see our vulnerable state and take advantage of the situation. If you can assist us with repairs, we will be able to defend ourselves.
This is Traken of the Vardwar. The Borg are defenseless. In the interest of interstellar diplomacy, I'm giving you the opportunity to disengage. Leave this system at once. We will deal with the Borg ourselves. Fair warning, if you remain, we will deal with you as well. Ah, so you're an idiot then. Pathetic. I'll try to make this brief. Painful, but brief.
If you repair the damage on our vessels, we will be able to work together against the Vardwar. The solar flares overload shields. We have adapted, but they will affect everyone else.
Right shield failing. Under attack.
to die here!
Solar flare imminent.
Right shield's failing.
The wreckage of your ship will warn the rest of mankind.
Solar flare imminent. Reinforcements from the cooperative have arrived. Solar flare imminent.
Right shield's failing.
Solar flare imminent. We are grateful for your assistance. We will set long-range scans are clear of the Vaadwaur, and the local star appears to have calmed. We are in need of no further assistance.
Commander Eldex wants to meet with you in the Molinia system. I'm bringing 7 of 9 in to back you up on this. She's familiar with the Vaadwaur and will be a valuable asset on this mission. Good luck. There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
Greetings. Admiral Tuvok has requested I assist you for the duration of this mission. Admiral Tuvok understands this may upset Eldex, so I shall be the only one who aids you. Voyager will maintain its distance. I am ready for transport.
Let's go over the point of this operation. Ghaul has called all available supremacy leaders to Cartella. I do not know how many of my people are infected with those creatures we saw there, but I'm sure there is more than one. We need to expose them for the abominations they are. The Supremacy is keeping a tight control on all subspace transmissions. We'll need control of the array to broadcast what we find on Cartella to not only my people, but the entire quadrant. To control the array, we need to control one of the Hirogen ships. Make sure to leave the one I have marked reasonably intact.
Intruding Vaadwaur ships! You have trespassed in Hirogen space! This is our space, and this is our array. No trades, no compromises, no mercy.
Console on the bridge. I can use that to take control of the array.
I have extensive experience with these systems. I will beam down to aid in the operation of the Hirogen ship. Are you ready to proceed?
Console intact. Whatever else happens is of no concern to me.
We must first disconnect the console from the ship's data network. We also need the isolinear storage assembly. It will be behind a locked door on the bridge. Transporter standing by. Transport complete.
We have the console. There is no way the Vaadwaur will allow a Starfleet vessel into our space, and Cartella defenses have been upgraded since your last trick with the holoprojector. Take one of the ships in my fleet. Send yours away. You can contact it once we've completed our mission. I will beam over some of your crew to assist you when we get to our destination. We'll scuttle the Hirogen ship so they won't know the console is missing. Then we can continue on to Cartella for the meeting. I have loaned some officers to attend to the duty stations on the frigate you now command.
I'm picking up an incoming Benthen vessel on long-range sensors. Our ships are out of range, and we are in a Vaadwaur vessel. It is unlikely the Benthens will give us a chance to explain the situation. They are not altering course. Disabling their vessel may be the only option.
Attention, Vaadwaur vessels. You are in violation of several codes of conduct in this area of space, and your ships have been identified as perpetrators of crimes against the Benthen Guard and its protectorates. Stand down and prepare to be boarded.
They cannot escape this system.
There is no need to destroy that ship. You may have a quarrel with the Benthen.
I will not let the plan be ruined.
I've jammed the Benthen ship's communications so they can't signal for help. You know what needs to be done. No one can know what happened here.
Unacceptable. The Benthens are performing their assigned duties and have no way of knowing who or what we are. Sensors are detecting damage to the ship's long-range communications array. It will be days before they can restore warp power or send out a signal. We can leave now, complete our mission, and then return later to assist the Benthens.
That's not a risk I'm willing to take. They're in range of the Hirogen array. They could tap it to send out a call for help, or disable our modifications. The Hirogen could return and discover what happened. And if another Vaadwaur fleet finds them, there will be questions none of us want to answer. The Benthens must be silenced.
We can put him in our brig or tow his ship away to buy ourselves more time. There is no need for more bloodshed. They did not need to die.
I trust you won't be so squeamish in the future. There's more riding on this plan than the lives of a handful of so-called peacekeepers.
The Borg place very little value on the life of one individual. Captain Janeway and the crew of Voyager showed me that that belief was incorrect. Given all they have been through, I had hoped Commander Eldex would place more value on the lives of others. It appears that his concern only extends to other Vaadwaur. Watch him carefully. Eldex cannot be trusted.
has increased security since your last visit. Let me do the talking. Verification code 109947.
Verification accepted. Due to heightened security, all ships are required to reduce speed below full impulse for security scans.
One hurdle cleared. Continue to the manned security checkpoint.
Disengage your engines and provide the proper security codes. My predecessor was more lax in her handling of security measures. She has paid the price for her errors in judgment. What is your security code?
Verification code Alpha 4742. Commander Eldex and Squadron reporting. Do not make me late for the meeting.
Code accepted, Commander Eldex. Take your squadron to the marked position on the outer orbit ring.
Ignore the scans. Fly like you belong here. Good thing you didn't try to use a hologram again, isn't it?
There are 67 ships in this system. That is more than expected.
Ghaul's planning something big. This must be the start. More ships are just more reasons not to get caught.
We're putting a great deal of trust in you, Commander.
I am after one goal. The liberation of my people. We can't stop monsters. Leaving would only make us look suspicious. I'm transmitting coordinates. I will do anything to achieve that, site, including betraying Ghaul to save us all. I will have a holographic disguise ready for you. Security is scanning for such tricks on ships.
It is time for someone with a stronger resolve to take up the cause that Ghaul has abandoned.
Security is so focused on keeping intruders out of our space that they won't be looking for trouble on the ground. But try not to act suspicious. Our soldiers aren't as dumb as you seem to think they are. You'll need to place these emitters around the leaders, which when activated will emit a low-level delta radiation pulse that should disrupt their isoboramine neurotransmitters, forcing their parasites out for a short period. You'll also need to place recording devices, so everything that happens is transmitted to the quadrant. I'll stay here with the transmitter and monitor your progress. This is more than a simple briefing. Ghaul might even be here in person, so don't get caught. We're all dead if you do. need to set up a signal booster so we can transmit our signal through the base's electronic security. There's a power console near to where the leadership is addressing the troops. Tie the repeater into the conduits there.
Hey! What are you doing? No one is allowed back here.
If we're finished here, I suggest we return to the crowd.
Now hear the words of our great leader, Ghaul!
Sir!
What do you want?
Someone found the guard. Quick, activate the device.
What? What's happening?
The monsters! Go, you did this! Traitor! Liar! What are you? Monster! Deceiver! Beast! Villain!
Enough! Why are you letting your eyes deceive you? This is a plot by our enemies. They're trying to divide us. I say no. We will stand strong, united. We are Vatwa, and we will conquer our enemies.
Ghaul's right! This is insane! I'll stand with you! No! Ghaul's a betrayer!
I see some of you are still loyal to our cause. The rest, you are cowards and traitors unworthy to be called Vatwa. Kill them.
I think our time here is done. We should make our way to the extraction point. Get out! Get out now!
I need to rally my people. The ones who aren't infected and who are willing to fight. The parasites will crush them if someone doesn't act. My allies are holding one of the space docks in the outer perimeter. Help me get there. I'll start coordinating the fight from there, and you'll be able to return to your ship. We need to confirm the transmission made it to the array. Incoming hostiles. Handle them! Transmission signal is strong, and it's reaching the Hirogen communications array. Now all Vaadwaur will know about the corruption among us. You should go. I need to prepare my people for the fight ahead.
I am in contact with Voyager, and it is waiting with your vessel outside this system. We need to depart immediately.
Ghaul and his allies are still in control, but they're losing their grip on the reins. You planted a seed of revolution. Let's hope it reaches full bloom soon. There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
Our alliance is going to need more help if we want to succeed against the Vaadwaur. We'll need to make pacts with other species in the Quadrant, and not everyone is going to see this our way. That's where you come in. Go out there and show them the value of cooperation.
The Teray have reported a high incidence of raiders and piracy here. Their vessels are under Voth protection. Any acts of aggression toward them will be dealt with harshly. Good. Be advised that there are Teray fighters inbound for trade relations with the hierarchy. Our escort vessels will be matching your position soon. Interference with Teray commerce will not be tolerated.
Ah, I see our escort has arrived. And you as well.
This is outrageous. Teray are thieves. They stole supplies that were supposed to be ours. Listen closely, because I'm only going to say this once. Turn the supplies over to me, immediately, or I will have no choice but to open fire.
That completes our run. We'll wait for our trade contact here.
Much obliged for the escort. Little help here, if it's not too much trouble. Excellent. We've completed our transport. I'm afraid it's time for the next step. You should know, we've got a secondary contract here, and you're about to be a big part of it. Well, Until our new business partners blow you to pieces.
Reading another group of raiders inbound to the trade facility. Ready to intercept.
warned us against dealing with the Hazari. I should have heeded that warning. Without their shipment, our profit margin here is almost non-existent. Time to step away while we can. We no longer require your services. Rest assured, you will be compensated for your efforts here.
We're about to plan an attack on the Vaadwaur homeworld. We need a battle commander, and I believe you're the best candidate for the job. Meet with Admiral Tuvok and myself at the Jenolan Dyson Sphere to go over strategy. There's something interesting I'd like you to look into. Admiral Tuvok will be giving a presentation soon. Until then, I'd like you to speak with our allies and see what they're bringing to the table.
The Cooperative asked me to inform you that they appreciate your assistance, and are prepared to provide what assistance they can in the final battle against the Vaadwaur. The Cooperative's main weapon is adapted Borg technology. Cooperative vessels can confuse the systems of opposing ships and cause them to fire on friendly targets. This tactic is most effective in mixed groups of ships, where the Cooperative can turn the larger vessels against the smaller ones.
The Cooperative appreciates your partnership, and we are eager to end the Vaadwaur threat to our quadrant. Our technological capabilities are at your disposal.
I'm not sure I completely trust the Kazon after our experience with Maj Sessin, but they say they'll fight for us today. Maybe you'll have better luck reaching a consensus with them than I did. The Kazon have a large number of ships and fight without fear. However, their lack of organization makes slotting them into precise battle formations problematic. They'll go to war with you, but they may not follow every order.
The Kazon are eager for battle. Our enemies will fall today. All of them.
Good to see you again. Through my excellent diplomatic skills, and some assistance from Admiral Tuvok, I have managed to convince the Hierarchy Board of Directors that assisting us in this battle and ensuring the end of the Vaadwaur will improve their long-term profits. The Hierarchy are experts at surveillance and espionage. If the Vaadwaur try any tricks, the Hierarchy would be the ones we should send to subvert them.
Greetings.
The hierarchy is anticipating a profitable transaction under your guidance. Our surveillance and tactical capabilities are at your disposal.
We have a firm contract with the Hazari. It would bring them great dishonor to fail to complete it, so I expect that we'll have their full support in this battle. The Hazari ships usually fight in pairs. One ship hangs back and provides shield support for the other. This gives them excellent defensive capabilities, but it comes at a cost. Their firepower isn't quite as strong as it would be if they weren't so dedicated to protection.
Greetings. The Hazari will uphold our end of the contract, to the letter. And we expect you to do the same. We specialize in defense, and our ships are at your disposal.
The presentation will begin momentarily. Perhaps you would be willing to check in with the representatives of our other allies. We invited Eldex's people and the Hirogen, but neither group chose to send a representative.
Greetings. The Benthan Guard is honored to join you in the fight against the Vaadwaur. We dedicate our lives to promoting law and order throughout the Delta Quadrant. Finding someone else with the same ideals is unusual, but most gratifying.
It's an honor to meet you again. I am eternally grateful for your assistance on my world. By joining you in this fight, perhaps I can begin to repay a small portion of the life debt my people owe you.
Greetings. Aiding you against the Vaadwaur was a difficult decision for our people. We do not wish to ally with you, but we understand that ending Ghaul's reign of terror is more important than our discomfort.
Hello again. You've done so much to help us. It's only right that we help you this time.
If you are ready, I will begin the presentation. The bulk of the Vaadwaur fleet has pulled back to Vaadwaur Prime. We expect to face the final might of the Vaadwaur, including Ghaul's flagship. Our battle there will have 5 fronts, each progressively closer to the planet. Our rendezvous point will be here, where the mineral content of the moon will help to hide our ships. The Tuareg will secure the subspace tunnels in this area, while the Kabali will help the wounded.
The Admiral has already given us our assignment. Our forces will assault the other side of the planet to secure the area against a possible retreat. Our Talaxian friends will be in charge of transporting prisoners of war.
To give us the best possible chance of success, our battle commander will be able to call in one wing of our allies at each of the first 4 fronts. Each wing of allies has different tactical advantages. The cooperative can confuse enemies. The Kazon have many ships and fight without fear. The hierarchy have unparalleled espionage and surveillance abilities and should be difficult to take by surprise. Hazari vessels fight in pairs, with one ship reinforcing the other's shields. This battle will be difficult, but we must prevail. The fleet is ready to begin the assault. I will remain behind to coordinate their movements, while you will be commanding the battle from the field. We have 4 wings of allies at our disposal to help you break through the Vaadwaur lines. I recommend deploying 1 wing in each area. Are you ready to begin? The Vaadwaur have sent out several large frigate scout forces. Which wing of allies do you want to assist you? An excellent choice. The Kazon number should be a match for the frigates, and their lack of organization should not be too great of a hindrance.
Something's not right here. The Kazon are in the wrong position, and they aren't responding to my hails. I was worried they might double-cross us, but I never thought they would be so blatant. But come to think of it, they did say some pretty suspicious things during the briefing. Fortunately, Admiral Tuvok and I have a backup plan. Sesson has been encroaching on Hirogen territory for some time. They'll join us in battle for a chance to collect his ship as a trophy.
We will hunt!
The Hirogen are putting up a good fight. Hirogen are taking some losses, but so are the Kazon and the Vodwar. This area is secure. What are your orders?
The Teray fleet has secured the subspace tunnels. Vodwar will not be able to use them to attack or to retreat.
We shall establish a medical flotilla and secure the area. Vessels of the fleet can transport any wounded, including Vodwar, to our ships for treatment.
The Vodwar have set up a cruiser picket line in this area. Which ally do you want to advance? This is not the choice I would have made. The advantage of the hierarchy is their espionage abilities. fleet is ready to begin the assault. I will remain behind to coordinate their movements, while you will be commanding the battle from the field. We have 4 wings of allies at our disposal to help you break through the Vaadwaur lines. I recommend deploying 1 wing in each area. Are you ready to begin? The Vaadwaur have sent out several large frigate scout forces. Which wing of allies do you want to assist you? An excellent choice.
Something's not right here. The Kazon are in the wrong position, and they aren't responding to my hails. I was worried they might double-cross us, but I never thought they would be so blatant. But come to think of it, they did say some pretty suspicious things during the briefing. Fortunately, Admiral Tuvok and I have a backup plan. Sesson has been encroaching on Hirogen territory for some time. They'll join us in battle for a chance to collect his ship as a trophy.
We will hunt!
The Hirogen are ready to fight. This area is secure. What are your orders?
The Turay fleet has secured the subspace tunnels. The Vaadwaur will not be able to use them to attack or to retreat.
We shall establish a medical flotilla and secure the area. Vessels of the fleet can transport any wounded, including Vaadwaur, to our ships for treatment.
The Vaadwaur have set up a cruiser picket line in this area. Which ally do you want to advance? We are facing a picket line of cruisers, so we need ships that can withstand constant, persistent attacks. The Hazari could be a good choice. Their defensive capabilities would be a good match for the Vaadwaur cruisers. I believe the Cooperative would also be sufficient to the task. I would not recommend the Hierarchy, however. Their ships are more suited to espionage and surveillance, so fighting a large number of moderately powered vessels would not be advantageous. The Vaadwaur have set up a cruiser picket line in this area. Which ally do you want to advance? A sound tactical choice. The Hazari methods utilize one ship to reinforce the shields of another. Vaadwaur cruisers do not have the firepower to break through the reinforced shielding.
The Kazon Ogla will no longer stand by while the Relora and Nistrum sully our name with their treachery. I will make good on their false promises.
An excellent decision. Sorry, we'll make short work of those cruisers.
Hazari defenses are too strong. The Vaadwaur can't get through.
first wave of Vaadwaur defenders, and we are entering position for our next offensive. Resistance has been heavier than expected,
but our ships have so far proved equal to the task.
Please remember to direct any wounded or prisoners of war to our flotilla at Alpha Front.
That went well. What do you want me to do now?
The Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships supported by frigates. Which wing of allies would you like to help you? We are facing battleships flying in formation with frigates, so we need ships that can disable the larger ships, or otherwise neutralize their tactics. The Cooperative would be a good choice. Their ability to confuse the opponents could result in the larger ships destroying the smaller ones with friendly fire. The Hierarchy would likewise be a strong option. Their espionage and surveillance tactics may allow them to isolate the larger ships. The Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships supported by frigates. Which wing of allies would you like to help you? An excellent strategy. The technology of the Cooperative may be able to cause the larger ships to attack the smaller ones. Certainly the Cooperative coordination and discipline will be more than a match for the tactical abilities of the Vaadwaur.
Technological superiority is a distinct advantage. Cooperative ships are performing at peak efficiency.
Ship is under attack.
Transporting prisoners of war from the orbital platforms at your command.
The Vaadwaur forces in this area have been defeated. What are your orders?
The Vaadwaur have constructed a defensive line of battleships. However, knowing the Vaadwaur, they might be planning a surprise attack. Who do you want to assist you?
A wise choice. The espionage and surveillance capabilities of the hierarchy should help us prepare for any surprises the Vaadwaur might have in store. The Vaadwaur forces are defeated, as I knew they would be. What are your orders? We have broken through to their final line of defense, their command ships. However, in doing so, we have exhausted our supply of allies, and the Vaadwaur dreadnoughts are formidable. This will be a difficult fight.
Not quite alone. The Hirogen have matters well in hand, so the Rhode Island is at your disposal.
I have temporarily taken command of a cooperative vessel. You will not fight alone.
The hierarchy also agreed to send a single ship to assist in the final assault. Under the command of yours truly, of course. I'm finally getting to use my emergency command subroutine. But you would not believe the amount of paperwork I had to fill out.
Last but not least, the Hazari managed to spare a ship and put it under my command. Captain Neelix. I quite like the sound of that.
I am impressed with the show of support from our allies. However, my tactical analysis indicates that our forces are...
The Vaadwaur are relentless. The probability of our survival is...
To help secure the area.
Welcome, my friends. You should have joined me when you had the chance. Your persistence is a credit to your race. But it is time for this sad story to end. Your blood will drench the sands of our blasted home. Congratulations. You have earned the right to die on the hallowed soil of Vaadwaur Prime. Although you are clearly not the brightest aliens in the universe, your bravery is admirable. And I do respect Starfleet for ending my people's long twilight. Surrender now, and I give you my word I will spare your people. You and the other leaders will need to be executed, of course, but that is only to maintain order. Personally, I bear you no ill will. That's twice you've refused my generosity. I should be insulted, but your pitiful blindness makes it difficult. The Vaadwaur controlled this quadrant once, and our new allies have only made us stronger. Is that the best you've got?
Now's your chance! Defeat Ghaul!
I thought you wanted to know. I took the liberty of scanning Ghaul from him. He does not have a home. And I don't. What? That's impossible!
The Vaadwaur Empire will never fall, and you will not even be a footnote in our glorious history. We cannot be stopped. Time after time we rise from the ashes. And we are stronger for doing so.
Your logic is flawed, Gaul. You are already defeated. The evil I mistakenly unleashed on the galaxy ends at last.
My people and the galaxy must believe the parasites were behind his madness.
The remaining Vaadwaur have surrendered. What is your current situation? Were you able to determine why he returned to the surface? It was a tactical error. Even if underspace was closed to him, Gaul would have had more opportunities to escape if he had remained in his ship. Certainly. May I recommend Seven, Captain Kim, the Doctor, and Neelix join us as well. Their insight may be valuable.
Honestly, I wasn't sure about coming back to the Delta Quadrant. I have a family and a life back home, and the idea of being 70,000 light years away again wasn't appealing. But seeing the good we've done for the Cabali, and now stopping the Vaadwaur, I think we were needed here. You were needed. Thank you. It's been a pleasure serving with you. I hope we meet again.
While this conflict was regrettable, it was ultimately for the greater good. Gaul's hubris and ambition blinded him to the harm he was doing to the Delta Quadrant and his own people. Now the threat is ended. There will be time to heal the damage he has done.
War is just a pointless waste of life. Usually for a political reason that doesn't much matter in the long term anyway. I understand that sometimes we need to fight to defend those who cannot defend themselves. I respect that. But what Gaul was doing here was madness. It's one thing for him to want to rebuild his people. It's something entirely different to destroy dozens of worlds to do so.
I was responsible for the return of the Vaadwaur. Even though Admiral Janeway told me she might have done the same thing, it was ultimately my actions that allowed all this destruction to happen. I participated in the assimilation of many different species during my time with the Borg. Those acts weigh on me. The wanton slaughter caused by the Vaadwaur will do so as well. Nevertheless, I am pleased I could, in some way, make up for my actions. By assisting the Turae, working with the Cooperative, and fighting the Vaadwaur here today, we have helped end what began more than 30 years ago when I activated those stasis tubes and freed the Vaadwaur. Thank you.
I'm not a man who normally dwells on revenge, but when Gaul and his soldiers attacked my people, it was almost all I could think about. Dexa helped me to see that death doesn't heal wounds of the heart, but thank you. This quadrant is safer now that Gaul and his soldiers are defeated, and I'm glad I was here to see it happen.
Intriguing. This device is not familiar to me, but it does not appear to be of Vaadwaur origin. I will bring it back to Voyager for further analysis.
With the defeat of Gaul, we've saved the Quadrant from a terrible threat. Well done. This unknown artifact concerns me, however. We'll be in touch once we know more. There's something interesting I'd like you to look into. Admiral Tuvok would like you to join his team as they study the mysterious artifact you found on Vaadwaur Prime. Meet with them in the Nal Shaddaa system. There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.